Hey, it's Bitty Penny. Wow. Welcome to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. Happy Monday, everybody. Oh my gosh. You know I'm doing well, right? Spain won the World Cup, everybody. I am doing quite fine. I told my husband yesterday that I'd be happy for the next 4 years since they won the World Cup, but I thought about it this morning and I'll actually be happy for longer than that because it's just so sentimental for me. I'm putting away some of our things from Saturday because I haven't been back in here since that live. and yeah, so I'm just kind of putting some things away and tidying up. One thing that Kuretake will do that most watercolors will not is I want to try to show you. When I say it's different than other watercolors, it truly is. When it puddles like this and a lot of the pigment rests in one place, it can get really shiny. And it's definitely not, see, there's the shine. And it's definitely not transparent in those places. That's where it's like more like gouache, but gouache is never shiny. Gouache is always very matte. So it's not gouache either. It really is, Kuretake watercolors really are their own formula. See that shine and that spot there? So they really are their own thing. These are Kuretake too, but yeah, I don't know. I just want to show you that. As I was putting those away, I noticed that had a pocket of shine for sure. Okay. To be honest, you know, I wasn't in my craft room for 12 days, and then actually more like 13 days or 14 days. I wasn't in my craft room this month, and I really truly have like a whole lot of things I want to make. And I think that was probably evident to you if you were here on Saturday when we made a card, but then we also made a journal and we made that painted paper. There's a lot of pent up crafty energy in me. And what's happening is I don't know how to direct it. I have so many things that I want to do that I don't know how to direct all that energy. Oh, sorry, bumped you guys with some stamps. Okay, but I'm gonna try. For one thing, let's put these away. I'm done with those. And let's put all of this away too. Just clean up some space over here. Seeing how I haven't been back in my craft room, I haven't cleaned it either. I was definitely tempted. Everyone was making ATCs, it seems. Everyone's making ATCs. And I haven't made any, you guys. But these are too big for ATCs. Except for these little girlies right here. They might work. Let me get a playing card, which is the same size. Yeah, she would work on an ATC. And she would work on an ATC. But the other ones, not so much. You know what happens times like these. This is when viewer's choice is pretty helpful for me. When I say, what do y'all want me to work on? Is there a new Kendra's card challenge? I feel like I want there to be a new Kendra's card challenge. I feel like it's time for a new Kendra's card challenge. I mean, but I might be wrong. All right. Let's do what I'm feeling inspired by is the idea of taking vintage things, but using fun and modern, like, colors and fun and modern things as well. So let's do that. We'll mix vintage with funky and fun. And I happen to have plenty of stuff on my desk to do just that. And I'll catch up on y'all's comments. All right. Let's do it. I think these would be really fun, adding some like animal print and some funky designs. That'll be good. Along with I have already, this one's been splattered. This girl on a faux Polaroid. We've got this time embossing folder. We've got painted paper. I mean, this is just me cleaning off my desk. I have this kind of vintage looking stamp set and these girlies, which are fabulous. Oh, she could go on ATC. Okay, well, great. I have some ATC fodder, but I think we're just going to make big, proper cards. We could work in an art journal. I need to return to my passport journal. I was watching Messy Missy Creates last night before bed, and she was just flipping and checking in with people. She had had surgery recently, and so she was just hanging out in the craft room. And it was fun. I got to meet new people and hang out in the craft room with her for a little while. But we got to chatting, and it reminded me I need to work in my passport journal. Okay, just me cleaning up here for a minute. Tidy, tidy, tidy. My desk is somewhat tidy. 10 minutes in and I haven't done anything? That's weird. That's just weird. Okay. Let's do this thing. I'm going to be seeing a bunch of girlfriends at Craft Roulette Live. So let's make some girlfriend cards. You rang. I wish I had a bigger one of her. That would be a really funny sentiment because she's on the phone. And she's trying to figure out a camera. She's trying to take a selfie, I think. In 1933. All right, let's see. She's got a bunny rabbit. That's a Amanda Stevens girly. All right, Miss Vicki Reuter, good morning. Hello, Linda. Good morning to you. You're one of the girlfriends I'll be seeing. think this girl's like, I could sleep, but I'd rather craft. We'll make up some funky, I mean, not funky. We'll make up some fun, snarky sentiments for these ladies. This will be our background paper. I think it'll be really fun for us to play with this morning. And we'll make this our background paper. And hello, Miss Michelle. Hello to you and Scott both. Hope y'all are doing great. And the fam. I'm sure it's dinner time, or y'all might have already eaten. Let's see what we've got in here. Rebels at Heart, Kindred Spirits, Ancient Songs, Dream a Little Dream, Leap of Faith, Dreamer. Dreamer would also be good for the girl in PJs. I think she's in PJs. I'm pretty sure she's in PJs. And Dream a Little Dream. Both of those would be good for her. And then we might just make up some of our own sentiments as well. Let me get some inspiration on design. All right, this is KCC 22. I feel like June 30th. Yeah, July 1st, there was a new, I don't have it yet. I don't have KCC 23. I need to get that. I need to mosey on over to Kendra'sCardChallenges.com. Well, it's actually on her Patreon is where I need to go. If you just go to Patreon and search for Kendra's Card Challenges, if you're not a member already, then you can find her and become a member, and you can get this for free. You can go to Kendra'sCardChallenges.com to find out more about her sketches and her challenges. I'm really liking this one, although some of my people are quite large, but I think we can try to make it work. Let's do one with this sketch number 1. All right. Let's do this. We're going to start with this sheet here. I think for the first card, I won't edit, meaning I won't like stamp or do anything to this. Good morning, Miss Paula Rice. Hello, Gloria Davis. Another girlfriend I'll be seeing at Craft Roulette Live. I can't wait. All right. 1.5 times 3. Let's do 1 1/4. I'm thinking about the width of my card, which will be 5. And so I think 1 1/4 is the way to go on these strips. One 1/4 times 3 is 3 3/4. But spread out, it'll kind of give me more space on my card front. I have this random pink piece of paper over here, and I don't know what it's doing over here. It's definitely seen better days. It's seen better days. It needs to be flattened out. Let's get a different piece. This one's in much better condition. Hello, Jason Downs. A dude I'll be seeing at Craft Roulette Live. Hey, dude. How's it going? Oh my goodness, you guys. My mom got tripped or knocked down by one of her dogs yesterday when she was taking him for a car ride, and it skint up her face. Oh. It was Blossom. Blossom is getting too big and powerful and unruly. That girl. We may have to rehome her. I really think we should, because she's kind of getting just real unruly. She needs more discipline and she needs training. And my mom is not about to be doing all of that. And so I'm afraid we're going to have to rehome her. You know, sometimes it's best, because it's the best way to secure the dog and like make the world more safe for them. Okay. I am going to lay it out pretty much like this. Okay, so for 2 nights straight, I could not sleep at all. Last night, I finally slept, and this morning, you guys, so for 2 nights, I tossed and I turned, and I could not sleep. This morning, I woke up, and every way I turned, I got more and more comfortable. It was so hard to make myself get out of bed. I did it for you guys. I did it for you. And I was determined to get here on time today, because my internal clock has been off ever since our vacation. Okay. I didn't even measure the length of these, really. I just kind of eyeballing it to where I think they're about even all around. I like it. I like it. I can measure it now, just in case y'all want. And a lot of times with these sketches, even though I've made this card before, oh, she has hers much shorter, doesn't she? Huh. I think I'm going to keep mine longer, only because we have bigger element to fit into the equation. And if I make it much shorter, it probably won't even show. But one thing I usually do is write my own 5x7 measurements in. So the next time I go to make the card, I know what size to cut everything. Okay, let's fussy cut this girl out. Angie Downs, good morning. Hello, hello. Did you guys watch the World Cup yesterday? We had a big fun party. We also celebrated Young Z's 16th birthday. And that's why, okay, Spain won the World Cup for the first time in 2010. They were already my team. I ran around my apartment like a crazy girl and went into labor. 16 years later, they won again, and I ran around like a crazy lady. But I could do it without the fear of going into labor, and that was fantastic. No, but even Young Z was cheering them on and super excited. Yeah, it was fantastic. Fantastic. And we got to celebrate his birthday with the whole family. My mom even came, even though she had been through She had had a hard morning. She still came for the party. And she got to rest too. She got to take a little nap, which is important. And kind of under my, I don't know, I was glad that she was doing it here and not home alone. You know, after falling and hitting your head, naps aren't the best thing to do, but she'd been to the ER and she was cleared. But I was glad she was napping at my house so I could check on her. Okay. I'm just kind of cutting this however I want, making up my own measurements, taking inspiration from Kendra for sure. But that girlie's going to go right there. Now, let's bring in a little more of the funkiness. Let's bring in, we've got this stamp set and this one. I'm going to be calling and checking on her for sure. My boss even sent me a text, you guys. I was like, congrats, Spain won. I was like, oh, so sweet. It's like, I might be a little hoarse tomorrow. And she's like, me too, I have COVID. Oh man, got COVID. So careful out there. It's floating around again. I guess it's always floating around now. Oh, this is so perfect. Look how that stamp lines up on this piece of paper. Let's use that stamp. And I think instead of black, I'll stamp this in brown because we have some brown in this card that I want to incorporate and kind of bring forward. So let's stamp that. And Simon Hurley's Weeping Willow. I guess we know his favorite tree. And then I might stamp that funky design inside of it. Let's just see. Let's stamp this first and see where it takes us. Everyone saying good morning to each other. Y'all are so sweet. I love our community. There's a new KCC earlier this month. Yeah, I'm going to go track it down. Something old and something new. Yeah, that's exactly right, Jason. Maddie, Meredith, hello, good morning. Missy, I was just talking about you when I started. I don't know if you were here for it. I was talking about how we hung out last night on your channel. That was fun, and I need to get my journal back out. Let me get that out because Missy hasn't seen it. Melissa hasn't seen it yet, you guys. And let me just show her my passport journal real quick. Maybe some of you haven't seen it either. But yeah, I was saying, okay, I need to get back into that and stamping a little different today. We'll see how this goes. It's fine. We did just fine. I love Simon Hurley's Stellar ink. It just stamps so beautifully, you guys. It's funny, Jason, because actually everything I'm using is old, but the look is something old, something new. But actually everything's old. The stamps. All right. Let me get out the passport journal real quick. Melissa, when I show it to you, you might be like, oh yeah, I have seen that. We've got Australia and the Opera House. And El Castillo and Maya. This is Jordan with that magnificent like palace in the mountains. Travelers are the greatest ambassadors of tolerance. Yes. I hope that a lot of Americans learned that from the World Cup this year. Cleopatra. And then I actually have this really old photo of this lady walking in one of the temples in Egypt. I got this from the Austin Reuse, Creative Reuse, which is where it's like a crafty thrift store. And this was like a Memorial Day. This was Memorial Day. And then this was my last one. This was for the World Cup, right when the World Cup started. And we did Canada, like a structure in Canada, Mexico, and the US with the FIFA logo. So that's the last one I've done. That's my passport journal. There you go. Some collage, some painting. All right, let's see how this is looking. When we put our girly down there. Oh, fun, fun. Now, let's put this leopard print maybe in the corners. The leopard print or the fans. Ooh, I don't know which one. Also, what color are we going to stamp it in? I think the fans might fit there better. Well, no, the leopard print's pretty fun. Oh, let's do the fans in the middle and the leopard print on the outside. Oh, that'll be funky and fun of this piece. And maybe we'll do like tone on tone. So this is going in the center. And a lot of it you won't be able to see. What if we bring in something really different, unexpected? How about like a turquoise or blue? How about broken china for the fans? And for the leopard print, let's do black. Is that cheetah or leopard? I don't know. I think it might be cheetah. Found out that Argentina are sore losers. Yes, and racist. So I was real happy we beat them. I didn't realize how racist they are, which I will never cheer for them again. Unless they change their ways. Yeah. And very much sore losers. So that always makes me happy we beat them. All right. This stamp pad is a little bit too juicy. I'm not sure I'll be able to get a good, I think I'll have to stamp off and then stamp again to get a good impression. All right, well, good thing we're using it. It's just sitting over there needing to be used. Pretty Penny, thanks for hanging out. Oh, I had so much fun hanging out with you. Absolutely. My pleasure. It was a joy. A great way to end the day. It's all right. It's okay. Let's do this. Let's wipe this off really good because I do not want that in my VersaFine ink pad. I'm going to try to go over it in black and see what happens. Oh, that's so awesome. Oh yeah, I felt like you had seen it before. There. Definitely better with the black to get the detail. All right. Oh, I think that's going to be really cool. Yeah, I like it. All right. Let's use the black for this as well. Okay. I was tempted this morning. You were working on cards? That's awesome. Angie, do you craft before work? I know not every day because sometimes you cook and do other things. Oh yeah, this is funky. This is fun. This is what I had in mind. But yeah, today I almost used a really old kit and did 5 cards, 1 kit. I have a box of old kits in my stash. And I'm not subscribed to any kits. Although I've been tempted to resubscribe to Simon Says Stamps card kit. We're going to fill in all of this. There we go. How fun is that? Funky and fun. I like it. I like it a lot. And when I say, I know not everyone in Argentina is racist, but they've had some racism issues for sure in there, and among fans, among players, and I get it. Not everyone in America is racist either, though some people may think these days that we are. So I get it. I get it. But not everyone is. You can't group it. It can't be everyone. It's not everyone's bad actors. Just because some of the loudest bad actors, or just because some bad actors are very loud. I still know that there is a lot of beauty about Argentina. I've always wanted to go. I love the tango. And I know that culturally, there's a lot they have to share with us. I'm just not down with anybody from anywhere marginalizing people who are different. We're all people. Equality for everyone. All right. There we go. And then let's add a bit more fun to this. Where is that? Let's add that sentiment. I think we should do Should we do dreamer or dream a little dream? Ooh, I was cleaning off my desk just now with you guys, and I came across these fun, funky stars and hearts that we made together. Can't remember what I was working on when I made these, but that might be a really funky and fun thing to add to this card. Flo! How's it going? This would look good with some bling. So I need to do, add the bling. There. But if we're going to put a dream, we could put dream a little dream inside of the star. Right there. And maybe let's cut up this other star and add it to. Good morning, everybody. Evening, afternoon. Been thinking a lot about Esther and Germany. I know she may still watch sometimes, but she hasn't been able to join us. You guys, she is fighting cancer, so let's send her prayers and love. If you need someone to pray for, I just added someone to your list. Let's pray for our friend Esther. This star is so big. Let's try to swap out the big star up here. Maybe put the little star down here. It'd be so cute if she was maybe holding the star. Let's cut her hands from the background here, and then she can be holding the star if we want her to. Oh my goodness, after the World Cup, my hubby and I watched their, I like that. Oh, this could have the sentiment. What if the star, we'll see about that one, because we might just have one. I like the idea of that. We watched a documentary on Netflix, you guys, about Martin Short. Oh, it's so good. I highly recommend it. Now, I grew up watching, my mom loved Steve Martin. And I grew up watching, you know, SNL and all the funny shows and movies and things like that. Oh, isn't that cute? Let's do that. I think I might leave this one off, unless I like it tucked in back there. You know what we can do? We can cut it in half. We can put a little bit of a star peeking out up here. And maybe a little bit of a star. She's just got stardust all around her. That I like. All right. She's sprinkled in stardust now. I like this one. Drew Barrymore. Was right about Drew Barrymore. What? Good morning, Angie. You're right. She looks like Drew Barrymore too. Oh, she does look like Drew. I love Drew Barrymore. She was in E.T. after all. Okay, I like where this is going. So I want to go ahead and tack a few things down so I don't forget where to put them. So that star is going behind her. It almost is like a crown too. And this star is going right up here. And this star is going to be in her hand. I'm going to just glue it to her leg real quick. And then there. All right. All right, let's glue these down. One thing I'm thinking is, what if we mat that layer? Let's try that. Okay, first things first. Let's kind of eyeball these. Oh man, I have the tiniest bit of ink on my finger and I got it on my card. Sand eraser, Tombow Mono sand eraser to the rescue real quick. Works like a charm. Okay. My hands are really clean today. They're usually quite the mess, but I had just a tiny bit of ink there. All right. Yeah, I think I might mat this layer. All right. You guys, I've been thinking more about those journaling. They weren't journaling prompts, but when I read them, I was like, these would be amazing journaling prompts. The self-care prompts and ideas that I read to you guys on Saturday, I've been thinking more and more about those. I'm going to follow up on those and follow through and do some of those. I was thinking last night, so I was going to sleep, about the one, it's about like making up your own imaginary kind of world and naming the streets and all those things. It just sounds so much fun. Wait, I just need a regular ruler. Where are my... When I took all my scraps off my desk yesterday, I bet I removed... That wasn't yesterday, that was Saturday. And yep, when I just took a whole bunch of stuff off my desk, my rulers went with it. All right, let's measure this so I can cut a mat for it. 3.5 by 4 3/4. So 4 by 5. Let's just see if we like it. I think we might like it. What color should we do? Black? Let's try it. Black or pink? So we need 4 this to 5. I think we can get more from our paper, maybe, perhaps. So we could get like 2 of these. I don't need to, but I could get 2. I'll use that later on something else. All right, let's see what this looks like. So this is really kind of fun. Mixing design styles is how I would kind of categorize this, when you mix like a design style of something like really modern, funky, and fun with, you know, like a vintage design. I like it. I want to trim it down a little bit. It's a little wide for me. So let me take a little bit off the width of this. But I do think it kind of really finishes the card. All right. Missy, Missy. Praying you heal quickly. Yes. Absolutely. Quite the bandage you got going on, and I hope that there was no injury from your fall. Okay, I like it. What do y'all think? I like it. Let's do it. You guys, to say that I'm excited about Craft Roulette Live is such an understatement. I'm thinking about it all the time. Hey, Buggy, get out of here. It's like a gnat or something. It's gone. I'm sorry. It's not very Buddhist of me. It's okay. I'm not a Buddhist, so it's all right. And I might have to trim off the top of that star, unfortunately, but it's okay. I wanted it more centered. I love the way our sentiment turned out on one of the elements, one of the stars. And this is almost like a crown. I mean, it's falling off her head if it were a crown, but that's what it's kind of, it's giving crown vibes. Jason has taken planning for Casey to high gear. Oh boy. I bet. That's awesome. The more planning you do, the more prepared you are, the better things go. That's awesome. It's going to be so much fun. All right. There we go. First one done. The back might be a little showing signs of being handmade. That's okay. We're not going to look at the back. We're going to look at the front. Let's add bling. I think that's the only thing it needs. Let's do these platinum mix, little things from Lucy's Cards. I don't know if they still make mixes or not. My stash is old. Are you getting to do anything inside of the card? Yeah, I should, because I don't feel like it's done till something's done on the inside. So I definitely should. Oh, let's put a little rhinestone in the center of each one of these. That'll be fun. And then we might have them spill out around the side too. What What do you think I should put on the inside, Angie? Do you have any ideas? Oh yeah, this Flo, I think bling is pretty much always the answer. Bling and chocolate. Crafting and chocolate, that's always the answer, isn't it? And love. How fun! So we've got Dream a Little Dream on the front. I was just thinking it would be great to have a sentiment on the inside that says, and craft all day. Dream a little dream and craft all day. Something like that would be fun. Sue Crafts. Yay! We're glad you're here. The first card. We're mixing vintage with funky and fun. We're just making some fun cards today. All right. I have this piece of paper who's seen better days, so we could definitely cut that down, find a good part of it, cut it down. That could go on the inside. We'll start there. And see where it takes us. Vicki, how was your crafty Zoom with your daughter on Saturday? Did y'all have fun? Did it feel so good to be back in the saddle? I bet it did. We're gonna do 6.5. You guys, I gotta start working through my scraps. I really, really do. By 4.5. They're getting out of hand. They're getting completely out of hand. They're gonna swallow me up. One day y'all are gonna be like, whatever happened to that girl Biddy Penny? Oh, she got swallowed up by her scraps. And we haven't seen her since. The world's been a little more quiet. Okay. Mary C., good morning. Are you not sleeping today? How are you? How was your trip to see your grandson in London? Was your card there when you got home? So many questions. All right. Well, that helps the inside, right, Angie? Now, we can do other things too. First of all, so our vintage stamp set, vintage inspired, has these, so we could definitely like stamp these on there. It would have been better to do it before I glued it down, but it's fine. So we've got these. All right. And then we can also incorporate some of these modern textures to it as well. Oh, good. It won't run off the edge. That's good. Let's see if we want to put a different one at the top and a different one at the bottom. Yes, I like that. Let's do that. And we will use the Weeping Willow again. We'll use brown for all of the kind of vintagey designs. And then we'll use black for the modern. How about that? Miss Jill's in the house. Hello. Hello, hello. Miss Jill Pounds. I spent the month of April in England visiting my grandson in Bristol. Oh, I got that mucky too. Wow, I'm such an amateur. A friend in Northern England and a week in London. It already feels like a dream. I know. Doesn't that happen so quickly upon our return? I know. When we were asking our kids what was their favorite part of our epic road trip, they'd already forgotten about Kansas City by the time we were done, because they kept naming things in Los Angeles and other places. And I was like, what about Kansas City? And they're like, oh yeah. My son was like, I kind of forgot we went there on that trip, on this trip. Well, this Tombow Mono eraser is earning its keep, isn't it? It's the MVP of the day. The sand eraser is today's MVP. All right. Oh my gosh, putting this down just reminded me of a dream from last night. It's kind of ridiculous. It's funny how things like that pop back in. All right. Now, I could choose to put this here, and we could put a sentiment there. Stamping block. Ink. I think we have time for one more card, and then I'll let you guys go. I've been tempted, I don't want to wear y'all out, but I've been tempted to do more lives and really enjoy summer before it's all gone. Because when I get back from Craft Roulette Live, my summer will be done. That will be it. My kids will be back in school already for a week. I hate that I'm missing my kids' first week of school. That could kind of be disastrous for everyone. I mean, I know my husband's got it, but still. Okay, so that's that. And then clean that off really well. Bird says it's time for me to start work. I'll just listen. Well, have a good day at work, Angie. I told myself yesterday, I was like, I'm still going to be on cloud 9 from Spain winning the World Cup, so I don't even care that it's Monday. Plus, my Mondays are always great because I start them with you guys. Best way to start a Monday, crafting. All right, now let's add a little more texture with this other stamp. And then what sentiment do I want to? I might have to write it in my own handwriting. we're going to fill in with this one. Oh, this is fun. And we'll put a sentiment right there. Be watching out for some Happy Mail. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Miss Jill. Okay, my hands are definitely dirty now. Let me get a baby wipe out before I continue. Clean the hands. A Tombow eraser can fix a lot, but it can't fix everything. Let's also clean off my desk. There we go. All right. And then let's think about what sentiment we want to put in. So dream a little dream. I think and craft all day is what I'm going to put on the inside. So just going to grab one of my little pre-cut scrappy strips here and a pen. Oh, this is actually a marker. I think it's going to be too big. Let's see. No, that'll work. All right. Holly, we've got some early morning sun here, but I'm with you on the sleep. Yeah. Sleep. Rest. Yeah, we'll understand if I put you to sleep. I do not mind you guys falling asleep while you're watching my channel. I'm glad you're resting. I think I need to put this on yellow and I'll like it better, you guys. To match the star. Yeah. Maybe I can mat it on yellow. Let's see if I mat it on yellow if I'll like it. Anyways, I just like the idea of y'all resting. And if you do that while you watch my channel, I'm cool with that. I'm glad I can bring you enough peace to put you to sleep. When I started card making, I was battling PTSD very much. And I would turn on card videos just to quiet my mind so I could sleep. It brought me a lot of peace to just fall asleep to someone making cards. I never had to worry about the energy or anything. Like, it just brought me peace and would quiet my mind enough to sleep. So I actually am honored if other people can find that on my channel. I'm trying to save this sentiment to see if I'll like it more. I may like it less. Let's see. I like this, what the sentiment says. It's just, you know, my handwriting that I'm struggling with. Yeah, that did help it. Okay, let's go with that and call it a day and move on to the next card. I'm sure somebody will like it. There we go. The yellow is nice because it brings in the yellow from the stars on the front. Dream a little dream and craft all day. A card for a crafty friend. Yay! That's really fun. I just thought it really looked like she was in her PJs. Okie dokie. One down. Let's pick another girly from the stack. Those girlies are going to be used for ATCs. We just used her. That girl, I love this girl. She's on the phone. I need to print her larger like this because I want to put the sentiment, you rang. Okay. But this is, I think this is all I have. Let me look in my, ooh, but wait, there's more. Oh, we've got more to choose from. We actually have all of these to choose from. Oh, and I have these art doll images to choose from. We could reverse it. We could use an art doll and use the really modern element as our focal point and do the rest vintage. That would be a way to reverse it. These are stencils from Megan Quinlan that I took and I used lunar paste and put the lunar paste through the stencils, and then you can go in and watercolor them or whatever. I think she still needs some mark making. I think she could use like a Zentangle scarf, or we could use those stamps again. We could use the stamps and stamp in her scarf. Some little polka dots. We could give her a polka dot or a funky like art kind of pattern. Let's play with her. She's already painted, and this will be fun. Let's reverse it. I think this will be challenging for me, so let's do it. I'm up for a challenge. Megan Quinlan is on Etsy, and I heard her say that she might be scaling back, and I hope she's not closing her business, but it sounded like she might be. But, you know, it's like, golly, I hope that's not true. But after closing my own, I understand. These were the other girls I had. Aren't they beautiful? These are from Dreams Etc. It's a digital kit on Dreams Etc. Oh, and these fabulous Mad Minis. Peeved Pixie. So, yeah, I had options. So many options, but we're going to go with this girly. And we're going to reverse the script here. And we're going to put something modern on a vintage background. Hey, cool Johnny, good morning. Hello, how's it going? All right, so we're going to do, so Megan mostly sells, I can't think if she sells anything else. I think, oh wait, she sells, I was going to say she only sells stencils, but that's not right. She sells foam stamps as well. But she's an art journaler herself. She does impeccable. She just has a really cool style. And she sells a lot of, if you like paper dolls like this, you'll love her stencils. Not everything she does is a paper doll. She also does animals and textures and patterns, stuff like that. All right. So let's pretty this girl up. Let's give her some face tattoos. No, I'm just teasing. Let's prettier her up. I mean, she could have like a floral scarf. So many possibilities. I kind of liked the idea of there being leaves in her hair. I think that's actually kind of a cool, unexpected choice. I'm going to put a leaf right there. You could absolutely doodle these kinds of elements in, but I'm going to stamp them in. Put a leaf there, and then I have some flowers. I could put a flower in her hair right there. Let's put some more leaves in her hair. Now I have to be careful. See, I'm going to pick up ink on my fingers because Lunar Paste is like a mica sheen. Let me turn it in the light. See how it's reflecting? It's a mica sheen paste that has, you know, a smooth acrylic kind of texture, a polymer texture, which means my pigment ink is going to sit right on top of that, not dry too quickly and get all over my hands. So I'm going to have to be careful as I stamp over it. All right, let's give her some cheetah. I have to be strategic with the way I stamp it. All right. Ah, she's so much more fun now. Just a little bit of stamping. Can she handle any more print? I'm not sure. There's just this little bitty strip here. but I don't think, because it's straight, I don't really think I can work it in to the scarf design any other way than like this. Bye, love you. Let's do a couple. Let's do it in this color. We'll only put a couple of these on. And I'm going to take a piece of paper, actually a Post-it, and I'm going to protect, ooh, careful. I don't want to put all of this onto my image. So I need to be careful when I ink it up. Stamp it right here. I want it to stay on the scarf and not go down to her shirt. It's a funky little scarf. It kind of is reminding me like a collar. Victorian collars. Okay, I want to give her rosy cheeks, and I think she's done. I colored her in, I didn't color her in, I painted her with watercolor. You often have weeds in your hair. Oh man, I probably did after watering last night, after the game, watering my plants, because it really is Jumanji out there, you guys. Dr. Shrub nailed it. It is like Jumanji. All right, so here's one of the flowers. This is a really good exercise, by the way. You know, if you've been here a while, you probably heard me say it, but your stencil paste are like, use it or lose it. It won't stay good forever. So it's really important to use it so you don't feel like you've wasted your money. So, you know, check in with your, you can even set like an alarm on your phone to check in on your paste every few months and make sure they're still good. And when you think they're about to go, or you think, okay, this seems to be getting thicker, grab out a bunch of your stencils and just stencil things on paper. I was trying to use up this paste, and that's why all of my girls are in this coppery color. I was using up one of my stencil paste because I could tell it was getting thicker. And so, yeah, just a word to the wise. Let's bring in some yellow. I had that happen yesterday. Used it all up. The top was rock hard, but the bottom was okay. That is awesome, Holly. Yeah, just grab your stencils and go to town and just use it. You can also just put the paste onto paper and then die cut it. You know, just spread it out smooth onto some paper, let it dry, and then you can die cut it. So there's, you know, multiple ways you can use that paste. Just kind of adding some black marks. All right. She's lots of fun. Let's create her a background now. We're going to do kind of a vintage background for her. Oh, you know what? I think I'm going to use this stamp as well. She just magically goes with this, but it's just too matchy-matchy, I think. She matches it almost too well, but I'm going to see. I'm going to see if I can use a little bit of that. Let's get another sketch. So this was sketch number 1 from KCC 22. That was that sketch there. Let's see what sketch we think this girly. Ooh, let's do this one because it has a big focal point and it's horizontal and she'll just fit. So I want to do this one, sketch number 8. And we can use scraps. Awesome. All right, I'm gonna move her to the side. This is kind of vintage-y, vintage-esque. It's ivory and it's embossed with little flowers. I do have some pink. I have some book page. Maybe not this piece necessarily, but book page would go pretty well with the ivory. Oh, what about this gel print? This is a gel print I did. It kind of has like a distressed, rusty color to it. That might be really interesting too. Okay, let's potentially use these. And for this piece, these pieces, Pretty Penny, I used a Max Macia's gel print for my background. Oh, cool. What is that? I will go look at it. I was looking at your cards the other day. I think it was before I went on vacation. I kind of went through the gallery and was looking at different people's craft roulette cards. It was fun, you guys. Just going through and seeing everyone's creativity come to life. I feel like my craft roulette submissions are all so random, but it's just, you know, you're dealing with random parameters, so I guess that makes sense. Okay. Line that back up. ooh, I have another stamp I want to use. It's this scripty one. You've seen me use it a million times. Let's bring this into the equation. And I think I'll use brown ink. We'll use the Weeping Willow again. We're already almost at assembly for this one, which is good. I was hoping to be done by 7:30. Trying to keep, because I'm just keeping a different schedule than I do during the school year, it's a little hard. But I was trying to be done by 7:30, so that's good. All right, Weeping Willow, script. This will also help tie this into the book pages more. And let me just finish the top and the bottom. So I'm going to stamp the top of this stamp just a little bit. So this is the actual top of the stamp, and I just stamped it a little bit. I'm going to stamp it down below and fill in this part. And then I'm going to use the bottom of the stamp. So now I'm going to ink up a little bit of the bottom of the stamp. And I'm going to put that at the top. Over here. And just make sure that I filled the whole thing in. I need to get better at using that stuff up. I always try to save the paper just for the right occasion, and that never seems to come. Yeah, I need to just dig into my scraps and just make a whole bunch of stuff. What I do, because I have a full scrap box right now, so what I'll do is I'll end up sorting it by size. Everything that I can put into a junk journal will go into a junk journal. And the small stuff, I will go into card making or masterboards. Is kind of my approach. I'd love to know, how do y'all tackle your scraps? What do y'all do? When you have a big box, well, not everybody saves scraps for one, I get it. But for those that do, when you have a big collection of scraps, how do you tackle them? Inquiring minds want to know, right, everyone? Let's put, you know, I have all these fun sentiments from Red Lead Paperworks. Let's use them. We've got Kindred Spirits, which I mean, I love them all. Obviously, I bought them, so. Rebels at Heart, Kindred Spirits, Ancient Songs. We could do Dream a Little Dream again. Got Leap of Faith, Secret Garden, and Dreamer. I can stamp these in here too. I don't know how much of these are going to show. I'm just kind of randomly adding them. All right. I don't know. It's a different choice. It's a choice. It's a different one. All right, let's get a card base out. Get those over there. If we're going vintage, how about we use craft cardstock? Bye, Missy. Sweet dreams. Rest up. Girl, don't be doing too much. Too much, too much. It's a long haul, but you'll get there quicker if you don't overextend yourself. And you're taking it from someone who doesn't even follow their own advice, but still. All right, we've got ourselves a 5x7. Well, it's a 10x7, but it's going to be folded in half to become a 5x7. There we go. And we've got our girly. And I do want to put rosy cheeks on her. I'll do that later. And then we're following this sketch to where we're going to have our scraps running across the back. All right, where are the rest of my scraps? I only have one piece of this gel print. And Kendra's sketch has these two purple pieces in these corners. So, oh, I just thought of something. What if I reconnect this a little bit? Have it disjointed, have it separated, but reconnected. All right. All right, we've got a little bit of embossed paper scraps. Oops, just dropped one on the floor. Now these are pretty short. So if I wanted to use these in this design, I would have to use, you know, them like this. I think I could actually do it. Let's separate this. Let's bring this down. Bear with me. Don't quite have enough. We can cut this in half though. Let me use my paper trimmer. Alert for Libby's channel, Scrap Busting Monday. It's like we share a brain. I'll have to see how she's using her scraps. How do y'all use y'all's? Heidi Robbins. My cousin Doug lives in that town. His son is an EMT there. Aww. What's Alova? Alvoa. Never heard of it. All right. I just cut these into a more narrow strip because I need the longer pieces over here. Okay. I know it looks like a hot mess. It is a hot mess right now. I also have these book pages. I don't think we need them. All right. Let's do this thing. I give my scraps to whoever wants them. Karen. Hi, good morning. Good morning. Have you had your walk yet today? Or are you just getting up? Which is totally fine, no judgment. I'm not Just curious. All right, let's glue this one down next. Well, I'm making a hot mess of my scraps. Karen, you treat some things like scraps that I think are masterpieces. Some of your watercoloring. Some of your watercolored flowers. Okay. There's that. Let's glue down this one. By the way, today we're just mixing the idea of like something modern with vintage, kind of clashing to different styles together. It's a mashup. We watched the Jamaican stream of the World Cup yesterday. And it was so entertaining seeing all the commercials, and it was fun. When I said mashup, it made me think of Jamaica, and then that made me think of that stream that we watched the World Cup on yesterday. I don't love this section right here, but hopefully it'll all work out in the end. Okay, just kind of getting my bearings here again. That should work. Okay. I give my scraps, oh yeah, to whoever wants them. You are walking the dogs. Nice. Karen has a bunch of property. Beautiful property. Gorgeous property. She goes out and walks her mini, not mini, not M-I-N-I, but M-A-N-Y, many Rottweilers. Which if I lived in the country like that, I'd be having them too. It's really smart. Okie dokie. We're almost there. So you guys, it's summer, and typically in summer I do have more lives, which 3 is enough. 3 a week is more than enough, but I may pop on if the mood strikes me. I might pop on for members too. Do y'all want to hang out with me while I clean my craft room? I was thinking that might be something we do together. Maybe that, I was thinking it might motivate me, honestly. Okay, I'm just gonna have this hang off the edge. Okay, let's bring in our girly. Hey girly, what's up? Okay. I don't know, because I'm terrible at setting up my camera for things that aren't, like, I have my camera set up and I set it and forget it and I never have to set it up. But like people who record themselves, not just the way that I do, there's a lot of setup involved. So that's the thing that keeps me from doing stuff like that. Okay. So we've got our girly. She still needs rosy cheeks. And this background's kind of still looks a little crazy for me. So we're going to have to problem solve this. For one, I think when we cut the edges, that'll really help clean it up. But if I'm still struggling, then we will add another element to it to make it less busy. Feels a little busy for me right now. Yeah, cleaning up the edges really helped. Okay. Everyone look away. This is going in the trash. Look away. All right. Karen, this card has gel prints on it. Right there. All right. Definitely cleaning up, cutting off the edges helped. Let's put her back on here. Figure out where I want her exactly. Right there. Front and center. What do y'all think? You could see this in your mailbox. I got something else for your mailbox, actually. I'm going to send out Happy Mail. I've been gathering Happy Mail. My goal is to clean. I have very simple goals. Clean my craft room and send out Happy Mail before Craft Roulette Live. Now, I'm sending out Happy Mail to those who I won't see at Craft Roulette Live. If I'm going to see you there, I'm going to bring it. I'm probably going to pay for a checked bag, I guess. Because I want to bring things. All the things, lots of things. And if I check my bag, I can bring, like, you know, my scissors. I think Tim Holtz scissors can make it in a checked bag. Hopefully. Let's see. Cool Johnny said I could use his too. I'm gonna give her some peachy cheeks. Because they're more peachy than rosy. She really needed that. That little makeover. She could maybe use some blue eyeshadow. I mean, why not? It's a paper doll. If she wants blue eyeshadow, she can have it. All right. What else does this need? Maybe a little bit of ephemera. So it needs, I want to vintage it up. Oh, I think maybe we might put some like tickets. I had this interesting thing I was going to stamp and make it look vintage. Too bad I stamped off on this earlier. I might be able to sneak it right there on that corner and use it. But I'll go into my pre-made ephemera, my junk journal ephemera, and find some vintage bits that we can add behind her. This is a really cool stamp that comes in that Vicki Boutin. Now, this is an old stamp set, and I don't know if you can still find it. But it just had this really cool date stamp. Don't mind the ruffles. That has, you pick your month, your day, and then you write in the year. And I just think that's so cool. Such a fun way to date a page. Okay, but I thought it would make a good piece of ephemera. So I think what we'll do is just kind of add some ephemera to her, maybe? Question mark. She needs something. It needs something. I'm not 100% sure what, but she needs something. Let me grab my ephemera folder real quick. I think it's going to be in this Journal Say one. Journal Say what? Journal Say. My Journal Say folder is so pretty. I bought this photo album for $1 or 50 cents at the thrift store, and I turned it into an ephemera holder. Let's put some of this binder, and I might pick a different color though for contrast. Let's see about a different color. I think I have it in, yeah, a couple of colors. It's teal, blue color. Is that it? And then there's that golden. That's pretty nice. Let's see. These are like frames, but I can cut it apart and not use it exactly like a frame. Definitely looks vintage, which is what I'm going for here. Contrast of modern and vintage. A doily would totally work. We'll just pull out a few options. All right. She does have blue in her shirt, so it might be good to incorporate that blue. Essentially just adding a bit of vintage flair here. Let's move that frame over. Let's take this one out. Okay, I'm liking this one. Yeah, I like that gold frame behind her. I need whatever, I guess, is in the back to be a little quiet, but still add something. I like that. Okay. This could go on the inside with a sentiment. Let's do that. Okay. I like this. Let's go with this. I'm going to add some bling, and then we'll be do a little bit on the inside and we'll be done. We'll get out of here. Just thought of Monsters Incorporated, Mike Wazowski. She's out of our hair. Mike Wazowski. I'm gonna have to cut this one. To get it to do what I want it to do, I'm gonna have to cut it. Because I want it right there. And there. Okay. There we go. I'm going to keep this flat, you guys, because I actually want to be able to mail it without a problem. Or give it a Craft Roulette Live. Not sure. I'm going to have to go through all my cards. I did a video before I left and shared it with you guys while I was gone on vacation. That was me flipping through about 50 cards and putting them together as gifts. Just in case you missed it, that's out there. It's kind of fun. Go through a bunch of cards that were made at different times. There we go. I'm excited about this too because this fixed this problem at the top that was bothering me. Okay, she needs a sentiment. And then let's do the inside of the card. I've already got this piece that we cut last time. I had one left over. We'll use that on the inside. While I think about my sentiment real quick. Okay, we have this that can go in here if we want it to. Let's do a little bit of modern. So I'm going to grab this. Thanks. Thanks, Karen. I also have extenuating circumstances. I had a little surgery last week and I'm waiting for a diagnosis. Oh, Holly, we'll be praying for you, girl. I hope you're feeling better. Put a little bit of that over here too. Okay. Let's do this thing. I have a stamp set I'm thinking of, by the way. Let's see. don't know if it has a sentiment that I want. It's just one that I'm thinking of. For the front, this one from Dylusions. Ooh, we need to put this in my little things, which is what I'm going to call it, my little things journal. That needs to go on the front cover of my little things journal. Okay. As long as everything is exactly the way I want it, I'm totally flexible. Aw, it's better to take risks than miss a moment of magic. I think, though, I also grabbed this one. I think Stay Wild Moonchild might be the way that I go. For this card. And I might even, I don't think I'll put a moon on it, but I might. You never know. I might put a moon on the inside. I might put a moon right in there. I've got small moons, which I think is what I need versus the big moon. Let's look at the, let's try to line it up. Kind of like that big moon right there, actually. Part of its eye might be covered up, but I think that might be kind of cool. This is already glued down. So how about we just hope for the best? So make this decision. I can't believe I haven't used this one before. And I've used this stamp set so many times. Yeah, I like the flower covering one eye. It doesn't have to, but I like it. This wouldn't be a card for everyone. And that's okay. Before I glue this down and make my final decision, I am 30 minutes late, but whatever. I will look at it this way too. Oh, maybe I'll just obstruct a little bit of the eye. Got a flower in his eye. Over here, we're going to put Stay Wild Moonchild. And I'll be done with both cards. Pretty Penny, it seems that the glue press is really working for me. Oh, man. Yeah, Maddie, I wasn't sure at first. I wasn't immediately impressed, but it didn't take long before I was like, oh yeah, no, this is nice. And then Sparkle Heart kept borrowing it from my desk, and I would come in and I would try to use a regular glue bottle, and I was like, oh no, that's not possible. I need my glue bottle back. Ooh, okay, I like the idea of this being up here. And then I might just give her like a little moon brooch. Same moon, smaller size. And I think I might put a little like moon brooch on her. Me and my mom tomorrow night, you guys, she got us registered for a class that's alcohol ink coasters. We're going to make a set of coasters with alcohol ink. I don't know anything about it. That's all I know. But of course, I will come back and share with all of you. She's like, does this sound like fun or something you would enjoy? And I was like, yeah, sign me up. So I hope she's still feeling good and feeling like going. I need to clean my hands before I get anywhere near this card. If you're just looking for a whole list of people to pray for, pray for Holly, pray for Melissa, pray for Esther. Who else needs prayers? Shout it out in the comments. Pray for my mom, who's recovering from a fall yesterday. I wanted to text her and call her last night, but I didn't want to wake her up if she was resting, which I hope she was. All right. Actually, I'm not going to put the moon on there. I like it better without. Okay. We are going to put some sequins on there. We are going to use the Stay Wild Moon Child. And I may want to use these these are not hearts. These are flowers. Flowers and sequins. Let's do this third one. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, that it was a good way to start your Monday or end your Monday. Sending prayers to all who need them. Yes, absolutely. Bye, Cool Johnny. Have a great day at work. Stay safe. Be cool. It's in your name after all. Be cool. All right. What if we put that one right there? I like it. I'm doing it. I'm going to keep this out on my desk because I want to add, enjoy the little things in life. For one day, you'll look back and realize they were the big things. I want to put that in my little things journal, which is what I decided yesterday that I would call my little accordion journal, where we're recording those little 5-minute blessings that we find in our day. You know, the little things like the butterflies fluttering around and things such as that. All right, let's glue these down. I'm going to add some sequins. I need to glue this down. Linda. I made some alcohol ink coasters a couple of years ago and still use them. And I'm about to make more this week. No way. That is so cool. I've never seen them, thought about them, or anything. So I'm super excited. That's so cool. I didn't even know it was a thing. I think I have to finish the insides of these flowers the way I finished that one for me to be happy. So back to the yellow. Ooh, I might use these gold stars. Since we're talking about the moon now. I wonder, I know Cool Johnny's gone. I don't know if Jill's still here, but I wonder if he ever got this stamp set. This Dina Wakley moon stamp set. I think he was thinking about it. one point, but I don't remember if he got it or not. All right. Okay. So I sprinkle. I wish these were a little bit bigger, to be honest. I think these would be really good for a shaker card. And they would be good for other cards too. It's just they're real tiny. I do wish they were a little bit bigger. I have, are these any bigger? Let me look and see. Hold on. I'm gonna have to lean in. Hopefully I won't bump you guys. These stars from Michaels. This was a really cool sequin confetti mix that I got. Iridescent glitter shapes. It's got 2 stars. No, 3 stars and 3 hearts. Let's look at it this way. That'll be the most efficient. 4 stars and 2 hearts. They might even be tinier than these Trinity stamp ones, or about the same size. All right. Let's sprinkle some Stardust before we leave here. Woo. I'm going to cut off that hole, because that's just a recipe for disaster. Hi, Miss Bertha. Good morning. All right. These do come in different sizes. All right. Our flowers could even have a couple of these teeny tiny little stars in them. Sprinkle some Stardust around. I hope you guys feel inspired today. Maybe to mix it up with your stamps. You know, mixing different styles together. Oh my goodness, these are so tiny. They do fit inside of these flowers nicely because they are so tiny. All right, and 2 more. There, and 2 more over here. I went full Stardust mode. Okay. We might have to sprinkle some Stardust on the inside too, see? And there's some over here. There it is. Yay! That's different. I didn't know that that's where that card was headed. Let's put a star in the moon's eye. Let's put a few around this frame. pick the biggest one I can to put in the eye. There we go. That was a choice. Now I can't close this card. Don't close the card. Don't close the card. I need like a mantra. All right. I think we got all the spots. Now we got stardust on the inside too. See? Aw, love the stardust. It adds such a nice detail. Everything is better with bling. I don't know about making cards without it. Which means I should probably pack it for my craft roulette. Trinity will be there and I'll be buying more bling, that's for sure. But don't leave home without it if you're going to be card making, right? That's the point I'm trying to make. Perfection. How to find. Deputy Heidi. Hi, darling. How to find what? This? Pam. Hey, gold star confetti from Trinity Stamps. How's it going? I'm going to get to see you at Craft Roulette Live. All right. We made 2 cards today and I got to run. Where is the other card? There she is. Hiding under my crafty tornado. So today we mixed 2 styles. We did vintage with modern. Modern is what I'm calling it. I don't know if that's what you'll call it. But like contemporary with modern. Dream a Little Dream, because she's in her PJs, I think. And these are some stars that I had made for another card a while back, but I was cleaning off my desk. Actually, all of this is because I was cleaning off my desk. And on the inside it says, and craft all day. Or for Pam, she crafts all night. But yeah, Dream a Little Dream. And then Stay Wild Moonchild. And this one's got stardust all around it. Pretty fun. Also, both of these were Kendra's card sketches from 22. This was number 8. This one was inspired by sketch number 8. And this one was inspired by sketch number 1. That one right there. Different, but totally inspired by. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I cannot let this card shut. Here, I'll put a marker underneath it. But those are our 2 cards today. Are you feeling inspired? Thanks. FYI, good morning. It's an oxymoron. At least for me. I know. It's more like good night for you, Pam. It's more like sweet dreams, honey. Rest well. Yeah. Pam, I guess I can't bring you chocolate. Back in the day, I would have brought you chocolate, knowing I was going to be seeing you. But I guess not. I don't think you do chocolate anymore. I don't think there's a way for me to fit all these in here, even though I'm trying. That is better. There we go. Okie dokie. That's it, you guys. Me and Larry. This is Larry. He has had a tough battle, this guy. But anyways, really glad you hung out with me today. I hope you have a super awesome day or night. And I will be back with you definitely on Thursday, but I may pop in sooner. I'm just saying, it's the summer and I'm kind of wanting that summer freedom of just coming on whenever and doing whatever I want, because that's my favorite thing, doing whatever I want. My diet has gone out the window. Be bringing chocolate and fudge to share. Okay. All right. Well, awesome. Awesome. All right. Well, much love to you all. Thanks again for spending your time with me. I know you could be anywhere. And the fact that you spend some of your time with me, just honored. I'm just so honored and so grateful. I'll have to let you know how the Alcohol Ink coaster class goes with my mom tomorrow night. Prayers to everyone and anyone who's listening and watching. And I hope you all have a really great day. Bye, everybody. Oh, she looks kind of crazy. She's not. With her eyes shining like that. Is that better? There we go. I think that's better. All right, guys. I'll see y'all later. Bye.